Early in the history of warfare, humans discovered a simple formula for victory: striking power, mobility, and protection. Fast forward to today, and there's no country that embodies this better than the United States. The U.S. is not just the most powerful military force the world has ever seen. It also spends more on defense than any other nation by far. But here's something that might surprise you. The United States operates around 800 military bases worldwide. Now, most maps don't even have enough dots to show them all. The image you see? That's just 200 of the most prominent locations, giving a rough idea of where America's global footprint is concentrated. These bases range from massive military compounds to tiny airstrips in the middle of the ocean. You compare that to every other nation combined. They have about 30 foreign bases outside their own borders. There has simply never been a country with a presence like this. So how did it happen? Most of these bases were established after World War II in places like Germany and Japan to maintain peace after a period of global conflict. President Truman once said, "We cannot expect these people to discard Nazi ideas with the casual air with which they abandon their uniform. Slowly, steadily, they must be taught the fundamentals of democracy. Our task is to supervise this training in democracy." Even today, decades later, the U.S. still maintains tens of thousands of troops in these countries. 50,000 in Japan, 54,000 in Germany. Despite both nations being stable democracies and key allies, the Korean War brought even more infrastructure to the Korean Peninsula, where 28,500 troops remained stationed. And during the Cold War, global expansion became a strategic necessity. Here in Russia, you see why we are spending billions in military production and why your family is paying the highest taxes in our history. Even now, after the Cold War ended, there's hardly a corner of the globe untouched by U.S. military influence. From naval bases like Guantanamo Bay, to drone outposts in the Horn of Africa, to remote islands like Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean, America's presence is everywhere, and it comes at a cost. Maintaining these foreign bases costs U.S. taxpayers $70 to $100 billion per year, more than almost any other government program outside the Department of Defense. Stationing a soldier overseas costs $10,000 to $40,000 more than keeping them at home. Yet for lawmakers, it's a price worth paying. The idea that U.S. military power provides stability worldwide has become central to both foreign policy and defense strategy. In an uncertain world full of breathtaking change, the one constant is American leadership. You can't have stability without American leadership. There's only one nation capable of rallying freedom-loving people to confront evil. American leadership is not just respected, it is required. Over the past 7 decades, bases were built in response to threats, and many never left. Today, these 800 bases form a sprawling global network of American military power, one that taxpayers foot the bill for. $100 billion a year to maintain a presence on every continent. Whether you think it's too much or just enough, the U.S. military footprint is unlike anything the world has ever seen. And it shows just how far America is willing to go to maintain global influence. For more military updates, kindly subscribe